Hello, this is gonna be a EVE Online how to play or solo self-found or how to do everything yourself to make things a lot less complicated. Because it actually is pretty simple. We'll find that out here. So basically, we just created this character. We created him. We have not put any skill points in him. The only reason we have net worth is because we completed the first tutorial mission. Right, as soon as you create your character, you enter the game. And it's going to send you to the tutorial mission. Then you just have to destroy one ship. So this is going to start at the second part of the tutorial. So basically, it's going to tell you to warp in, and you're going to have to go fight some more ships. That's not going to be too hard, right? So we're going to be starting at the tutorial, the second part of the tutorial. And basically, we're just warping to the tutorial point. So hostile sentry towers are detected. So basically when you warp into this second tutorial point, all you're going to do is target the sentry tower, and then you just have to destroy them, right? Tutorial, destroy the closest tower. It'll tell you, yeah. So you just basically hold down the left button, and then you could target the enemies. It's pretty much the easiest way to do it. And then you want to stay within range of your gun. It's going to show you your fall off range is 7,000, your optimal range is 5,000. So you want to stay within 5,000 kilometers of the enemy with these guns. You're going to be getting better guns that have longer range later, so you won't have to go up close to the enemies like this. There you go. Now you have to destroy the second tower. So it's basically the same thing. Alright, so now you have destroyed both towers. Now your tutorial objective is complete. Now it's telling you to open the character sheet. And then she's going to tell you to start training your skills, right? So where do you train your skills? There's so many skills in the game. Training gunnery skills will improve various aspects of your combat. Although you could actually ignore her, right? You could hit the next button, notify you when your skill training is complete. So let us continue with the investigation. So basically, you want to start training spaceship command, right? So we're going to be Qadari. Maybe if you're a different race, you'd be training a military for Minotaur frigate or Galante frigate or MR frigate if you're a different race. But we're going to be training Caldari frigate because we chose the Caldari race. And then actually we did pay for membership, so we are a alpha clone. So basically we get 2 times the experience compared to a free-to-play. So it won't affect you too much. I mean, it is worth it to spend the $15 to get a month to increase your training speed. But if it shows 8 hours here, it's going to take you 16 hours to upgrade to train it unless you upgrade. But we're just going to focus on the frigates probably. And then we're going to be doing industrial as well. So this would be a good way to start your training queue. Caldari Frigate 2, Caldari Frigate 3, Caldari Frigate 4, and that'll take a little bit. I'll give you some time to think about other things to put on here. But now you could go to the second part of the tutorial. You can claim the rewards and you gain 15,000 interstellar credits. So use tactics of mobility and tracking. So now there's going to be another tutorial you go to. You just warp to the location. Then you probably just destroy the enemies at this location as well. So then for the third part of the tutorial, you're just going to warp into the location, and then you just approach the enemy. You just double click on the enemy, and then you just lock on target. Then you can probably start shooting him when you're within range. So once you get to around 7,000, you can activate your afterburners. Those would help you travel faster, right? Without the afterburner on, you travel 339 miles a second. With it on, 522 miles a second. So they do give you a couple things to help you with. Now you're in range. Now you could shoot the enemy. So then 2 more ships will pull up. You can target these ships. You can loot the loot from the ship, right? You might as well loot all. It's not going to be worth anything to you later, but you could definitely use it for it now. So you're going to have to burn towards this guy because he's out of range of your guns. So there you go, mission complete. Now you could open the tutorial again and then claim the rewards, 20,000 more credits. Offered a rift in space. Use your afterburner to increase your ship speed. Activate. So you'll get 2 new guns and then ammunition here. So basically, you could just warp to the locations. Nothing really complicated yet, right? You're just, the game just sends you around attacking enemies and then maybe looting enemies if there's any loot in any of them. Alright, so at the next place, she's going to tell you to burn towards the enemy and then lock onto the enemy, and then you have to use your afterburner to catch up to him. Because I believe he has a faster movement speed, right? Because if you examine show info, you can read info about all the enemies. You can also look at the enemies so you can see what they look like, see what their ships look like. So then heavily upgraded, so to say this sleeper drone benefits from upgraded engines, so other ships benefit from upgraded weapons or upgraded armor, so you could even inspect them. I think you could even look at their attributes, right? Show info, and then you see the ship, and then you see its resistances. The structure doesn't have any resistances. The shield has kinetic and explosion resistances, but it doesn't have any EM or thermal really. The armor does have EM, so maybe your best bet against this enemy would be thermal damage. Yeah, if you're looking at it like that, it makes it super simple. They really cleaned up the layout of this thing. I'll do it the next time. Well done, Captain. Now it's time to upgrade your ship. You'll need to dock at the station before you accept the next task. So now she's going to tell you to dock at the station, right? Go to the tutorial. And you go dock.
Warp drive active.
And then eventually your ship will warp to your home station. So you're going to be docking here and then maybe doing a couple missions, and then you're going to be free to go in the galaxy. So it really shows you just a bit about the combat of the game. So then after you get into the station, you would claim your rewards and get your guns and your ammunition. Use the fitting window to equip the new weapons. Alright, so that's a really simple task. You just go right here to the fitting in the right hand side here by Caldari Navy. And then you click on fitting, and then you just go to the left hand and click on your inventory. Now you have received some new weapons. In order to fit them onto your ship, you need to first remove your old weapons. So it's not complicated, right? You just go, you can right click on your inventory and go stack all, and that cleans up the inventory a bit, but just keep those for now. So the item hanger, you got a new gun. So you got the 125mm railgun. You can actually equip 2 guns onto your ship. So this one can have 2 guns on it. And then you can also, you can get rid of your civilian railgun because you don't need that. So you just drag it off into your inventory. And then you got 2 125mm guns. You just drag them onto your ship. Now your ship's equipped. Although these guns, they need ammunition, you could tell because of the black lines at the top. So you could drag your ammunition over to your weapons, and then you fill up your ammunition. And you could drag it to your other one. Actually, you could even click on this unlimited symbol right beside the weapons. Group all weapons. So now all your weapons are grouped. So now when you go to, like, if you were to take the ammo out, it would take it out from all of your grouped weapons. If you're going to put your ammo in, it would fill all of your grouped weapons, so it'll save a lot of time. So you want to put these in your ship hangar, so you could put them there for now. And these, you might as well just bring them with you, right? There's no reason to leave anything here. So now your ship's equipped with the new weapons. So that should be done. You need to first remove your old weapons. So now the tutorial should be complete. Use the fitting window. Alright, so she tells you a bit differently, so you have to follow what she says, right? So we go and equip these, and then you have to right click it, unfit, clear the module group, yes. So what we had to do was right click and unfit the module. I guess you have to listen. So the civilian Gatling gun, right click, unfit, there we go. Now proceed to fit the new weapons to your ship. Alright, so a little bit of confusion there, sorry. So put the 125mm railgun on the ship, so not sure why it's programmed like that, but it's not too much of a deal, right? This is your new weapon. Alright, so these more advanced turrets will need to be loaded with ammunition before they can fire. You may need reserves during combat, so be sure to store excess ammunition in your ship's cargo hold. So here's some ammo. So you would drag it into your ship's cargo hold, and then now your ammo is inside your ship's cargo hold. Okay, and then you have to drag the ammo onto the guns to load the guns with the ammunition. You could drag it onto the other gun. Then we could group the guns again like we did before. So, upgrade complete, Captain. Tutorial. There we go. Now we completed that section of the tutorial. Claim the rewards. Now the next section. Battling the runes. Apply everything you learned. So it's another combat mission. It'll give you 100,000. I've received a transmission. So basically we're just going to want to bring everything with us. Put everything in your ship cargo hold. And then we could undock. So we're just about done. We just have to do this one combat mission, and then the tutorial's over. That's it. Once you get to the pocket, I believe you just defeat some enemies. Then you could move on to the more complicated aspects of the game. Next video. Yes, and once you arrive to the pocket, you just target the 2 sentry towers, and then you could probably take them out, right? What's the range? 24k to 19k kilometers. So you could actually just sit here and take out both of the towers without moving. It's really good. Your guns have a really good range on them. A lot better than the civilian cannons. You don't have to actually rush up to the enemies anymore. Yeah, and then you could look at the tower and watch it explode, right? The other one should be exploding up there, and then big explosions happen in the game when things get exploded. Then you could right click, and then you could look at, and then when it explodes, it'll do a big cinematic scene. Alright, so there's just like 4 guys you have to defeat here after all the other ones, so I don't know if I'd worry about looting them. You could loot some other things later. You can get more loot later, but for now, I guess, civilian afterburner, I guess maybe you could use that, right, if we're just pretty much finding everything ourselves. Well, eventually we're going to be trading with people. We don't know what this is going to be yet. This is just the video where it's showing you the tutorial. It's basically what you're going to have to deal with through the tutorial. Nothing too complicated. Next video shouldn't even be complicated. It's just going to be dealing with industry and creating your own things. So, civilian afterburner. Alright, this mission complete, Captain. The secret threat in the system has been eliminated. Open the tutorial. So there's always big explosions that happen. So you claim a 100,000 ISK, then your career awaits. So many challenges await you. Leave the solar system and choose your own adventure. Rara will guide you out of the solar system into new opportunities as you begin your journey in New Eden. So then you activate, and then Aurora will lead you out of the system to the career agents. So we got another civilian afterburner here. So I guess these guys are good to loot, because you're going to use the civilian afterburner later. Well, you're gonna have to make some of the blueprints. I guess it doesn't really matter. You could just make them yourself anyways. Though it does teach you how to loot things. So 854. So they're not worth anything on the trade hub. That doesn't really matter at all. It's time for you to spread your wings, Captain. Go to the agents at missions tab in the agency, then select career agents. So then you just go over here on the left hand side, the agency, agents and missions. Then you go career agents. She's going to lead you to it. Right click here to view available career agents. Business career paths. So career agents will offer you specialist missions in their chosen field once you meet them in person. So we could set our destination here. You just have to click that button. The distance to the agent is too far for the warp drive on your ship. We will have to use stargates to jump between solar systems. So basically, all you're going to do is go right click on the name up here, next system on route. Arrow can right click it, jump through the gate. It's pretty much the most efficient way to jump through the gate. So you can close the other window. So now we're just going to jump star systems, and then we're going to go meet the career agents. And I think we're just going to deal with the industry career agent. We'll do the combat career agent later. Won't deal with combat quite yet. Yeah, and then once you arrive to the stargate, it's pretty sweet. Your ship just goes into the stargate and jumps, and then you jump to a whole nother solar system. So there's so many solar systems in the game, so we're not going to pull out the map because everyone's going to get confused, right? The solar system map is so confusing, except it's not really confusing. Making good progress, keep jumping through the stargates in your route until we reach our destination. So then you just go to the name here, right click, jump through the stargate. So it's always the surefire way to do it, because in the list on the right here you could look at the stargate that's yellow. You could right click it and jump that way, But then if there's a whole bunch of things on the screen, if there's a whole bunch of ships or something, or if there's a whole bunch of other bodies or places to warp to, you're not going to be able to find it that easily. So she's going to tell you to keep jumping through. So just jump through, just keep jumping through these stargates. Eventually we should reach another stargate. And then you can look at the planets go by as you're going through the solar system. So many different planets everywhere. So that planet's gone, it's out of view basically. Yeah, it is. I'm just going to the Stargate. I believe all the different backdrops are different too for all the different solar systems. This one looks like this. There's the ring planets. So there's a whole bunch of planets everywhere in the solar system. There's so many planets everywhere. And we just go jump through the Stargate. So we just have 2 more jumps to go through, right? Career agents are stationed in our current solar system. So now if you right click on the name on the left here on the route, so you cannot jump, you cannot dock or do anything, right? So now you'd have to right click on the little square here. So you just right click and then you say dock. Because now your destination is in the solar system. We have arrived at the solar system. This is where we were trying to go to. Jumping through those stargates, there's a different planet here. And then maybe the backdrop's a little bit different. Maybe we're in a different region of space now. So then now that we, right, you just right click and you click dock. That's pretty much the best way to do it. There's only one station here. There's only one stargate, so it is really good. It's not complicated. There's going to be some asteroid belts. We don't know if there's going to be asteroids there or not. We could look at the station. We could right click the station, show info. You'd see all these services, so we're not going to worry about that. It just says produces personnel and sells skill packages.
Docking request accepted.
So that's really good. Because if you look on the market, I believe all of the skills and all of the blueprints that you get are actually created by the game. So they're not actually sold by other players. It's actually really good because wherever you go, you're going to be able to find them. Although it's limited to each system, right? The Caldari, they're going to have their Caldari ships and Caldari weapons, and then the Minotaur areas are going to have the Minotaur ships and Minotaur weapons, right? Congratulations, you have navigated the agent successfully. Now you have made contact. Now you should make contact. So now the tutorial is complete, right? If you go agency home tutorial, activate, or I will guide you. So now we just have to make contact with one of them. Available to you on the right hand side. So maybe we'll just save this for the next video, right? Because we just have to accept and we'll say this is right after the tutorial.